What's up, everybody? It's your boy Carlton Jones here with another YouTube tutorial, and today we're going to learn how to play our scales. So before we get started, if you're interested in sax tutorials, financial freedom, and entrepreneurship, be sure to give me a thumbs up, like this video, and also subscribe to my channel. So today we're going to learn about our scales. Now, there are so many different scales out there that we can play. I always like to start off when I practice playing scales to warm up. So today I'm going to take you through a step-by-step guide on the approach that you should be taking for playing your scales. Scales are like the foundation of what we do as musicians when we're trying to either improve or get better. So today is going to be a good lesson for you to do. So what scales should we be practicing? Well, in music, there's a lot of different scales. There's minor scales, there's major scales. We're going to be focusing on a major scale today. And the reason I want to focus you on a major scale is because that's like one of the basic and most foundational scales that you should really be starting off with. But it's important to learn the theory about all the different other type of scales. And I'm going to do different videos on those type of scales in the future. But today we're going to focus on a major scale. And hopefully I want you to be able to run through this practice. Take your time doing it, really listen, use good tone and sound quality while we're practicing these scales. So today we're going to focus on the G major scale. And as you know, the G major scale starts on a G, which is the tonic or the root note, the first note you play, and you go all the way up to a higher G, and then you go back down. But there's also an F sharp in that scale as well. So I'm going to put a picture down here below on the scale that we're going to be playing today. In the G major scale that we're going to be playing today, the first two lines, you want to make sure that you're playing them with one long breath. In the last two lines, you want to make sure that you're playing them with another long breath as well. Today we're going to be playing eighth notes. So when you're playing your eighth notes, you want to make sure that you're slurring them as well. So let's try. Another good thing to do when you're practicing your scales is to get you a good metronome, take it out, and practice your scales with the metronome. It'll help you to stay on beat, have good time, and consistency. So let's try that. So I'm going to take out my handy dandy metronome. It's an app here that you can download from the App Store or the Google Play Store. And I'm going to set the tempo to 100 beats per minute. And my time is set to 4/4. So let's try it. Now, when you're practicing your scales, sometimes you're going to run into a problem like you won't be able to finish the whole scale, or you may play a bad note. When that happens, you don't want to start all the way back at the very beginning of where you were beginning to play. What you want to do is isolate your problem. So if there's a few notes, 3 or 4 notes that you're fingering, can't quite get just yet, focus on practicing those 3, 4 notes and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. Once you get it nailed down, then you want to go back to the very beginning of your scale and then play the whole thing through. So let's practice that. I'm gonna go through an example where maybe I can't get the first few notes, but I'm not gonna go all the way back to the beginning. I'm gonna just focus on where that problem is at. I'm gonna isolate the problem. Once I got it figured out, I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning and play the song through. So let's try that. And that's how you isolate the problem. You don't want to go all the way back to the very beginning. It's kind of like a broken record, but you want to isolate the few notes that you're having a problem on, repeat it a few times. Once you've mastered it, then you go back to the beginning and you play the whole thing through. Now, if you can't quite play these scales as fast as I'm playing, I was playing them at 100 beats per minute. But if you can't quite go that fast, what you want to try to do is to slow your metronome down and play them at the speed that is comfortable for you. And once you've mastered that speed, you'll be able to gradually bump your speeds up and play your scales a little bit more faster. So you guys did a great job today. As I previously said at the beginning of this video, we're going to be venturing out and learning more different scales as we continue this YouTube series on learning how to play our saxophone. And I want to recommend a good book for you to check out. This particular book is called Improvisation for Saxophone by Andy McGee. All you have to do is go pick this book up. It'll show you all about different theory and scales. And we're going to be practicing this book in some future videos. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, share it with all your friends, and leave me a comment as well. I love talking to you all. And hey, we'll check you next time. Peace.
Got that stuff.